We're back in the studio today with Dr. Barbara Corn, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, and although my kitties just love her to death because she makes home visits, and they like that. They don't have to ride in a car for, checkups and stuff. Today we're talking about something else that's been on a lot of people's minds, and that's dogs and the dog flu. I'm not sure I understand how the dog flu works. Is this a new disease for them?
It's actually been, it started, the nearest state to us that has it is Ohio, and they went through a bad outbreak of it last year. And I think that it's made its way here because we have a lot of rescues that go and rescue animals from Ohio and bring them back up here. So,
okay, when the dogs first catch the flu, is there a time period between the time they get the germ and the time they're contagious?
They're actually contagious very shortly after they come in contact with it.
And how soon do they show symptoms?
The sources I've been reading say within a few days.
So you could have a dog that you don't know is sick.
Right.
And bring him over to your friend's house who also has a dog, and they could pass that
Right.
germ along.
Or you have the puppy daycares, and people are bringing in all their dogs into there, and that's how they get it. Kennel situations, grooming, dog parks.
Yeah, things you wouldn't offhand think of.
Right.
And how long can that virus live on something?
It can actually stay on clothes for 2 days.
Oh, wow.
So, the problem with what we do is we can actually bring it home to our pets.
That's scary.
It is scary.
So if you're treating a dog you know is sick, you could put on scrubs and stuff.
Yeah, we've taken precautions now, and we have some paper gowns that we're going to use and some shoe cover-ups. And I think what we're going to do is have the owners bring the dog outside, and we'll treat them out there instead of going into the house.
Because it could be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, dogs lay on the couch,
Right,
on the floor.
exactly.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. So.
Is there anything we can give the dogs to prevent them from catching this?
Yes, there's some vaccines, and the one that we're currently using is Merck. It's made by Merck, and it's got it's a bivalent, which means it's got 2 of the serovars. And viruses form different, they mutate, so they'll form different variations of the same thing. These particular vaccines have the H2, H3N2, and H3N8. And
yeah, that's how we talk about viruses now, the H this and the N that, yes.
And currently they have done some testing. There is a test for it too. They take a nasal swab, and they are finding that they have the H3N2. So, but.
And how long after getting a vaccination does the dog have any kind of protection from that?
It's not protected for a month.
Wow.
They get one vaccine, and then you repeat it again in 2 weeks. And it takes a month for them to be protected.
A month from the second vaccine or from the first?
From the first.
Oh, okay. So 2 weeks after the second vaccine.
Right.
Which you get 2 weeks after the first.
Right.
This is kind of a scary thing for people.
Yeah, and it usually, most of the time, it's not lethal. But there are a few cases where it goes into a secondary pneumonia.
Oh.
And they can die from that.
Are some dog populations more susceptible to it? I would guess like maybe older dogs or dogs that are sick to begin with.
Or puppies, too.
Puppies
Yeah.
don't have immune systems.
Mm-hmm. Or like your bulldogs that already have, because this actual flu is a respiratory virus.
So any dog that has trouble breathing.
It can be very confused with kennel cough.
Oh.
They cough. So, but the cough will last for like up to a month. So, And kennel cough is self-limiting. It's not going to last that long.
No, no. If I was a dog owner, what is the best advice you could give me about taking care of my dog?
Vaccinate your dog, and don't go anywhere until you have your dog vaccinated and it's been a month out.
Because the fact is, even if I don't take my dog anyplace like a dog park or boarding or grooming, I could go out someplace where there are dogs and bring back the virus myself on my clothes.
Yeah. So that's why they really should have you should really get the flu virus vaccine for them.
And that vaccine is available.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you do make the house calls. So if somebody did
Right.
want to take their dog to the vet because they're afraid that they'll pick up the germ at the vet, which is a
Right.
possibility,
Yeah.
and I'm sure they're being very cautious and
they're
scrubbing
being
everything
cautious.
down.
A lot of the clinics are actually seeing those out in their car.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
If they have any signs of coughing or runny nose or runny eyes, lethargy, not eating and that type of thing, they're going to see them out in the car. They're not going to risk the contamination. Now, if your dog's really sick, Blue Pearl has a isolation ward, so they're accepting the really sick ones, and also Oakland Veterinary Referral.
Well, that's good to know. I
Yeah.
hope they'll need that information, but it's good to know.
Yeah.
And so dogs feel pretty crummy. Most dogs will recover.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they've been exposed to this, will that protect them from getting it again, or is the virus going to mutate on them?
Well, most likely, these viruses mutate all the time, so they would probably get a different variation of it. And they still could. We could give the vaccine, and they could get a different variation of the virus that we don't know is out there.
A different strain, yes.
Mm-hmm. But hopefully this will make it so that it's not as virulent. That they
So
don't
you get
as
it, but
sick.
not as bad.
Right.
That's the same as the people flu vaccine.
Yeah.
This year, it didn't quite match up the variant that was around.
Exactly.
But they say that if you got the vaccine and you got the flu anyway, you got a lesser form of it.
Right. Yeah. And that's the same. The same holds true with Bordetella and leptospirosis as well. The leptospirosis, the ones that we vaccinate for, are the lethal forms.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So, if people want more information, you're on Facebook, are you not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have a
Yeah,
Facebook
if I'm
page.
on Facebook, I'm on my homepage. What do I type in the search bar on the top to find you?
BC Veterinary Home Care.
And you will make appointments to go out to people's homes.
Right.
If they're afraid to take their dogs out someplace, and I could understand why they might be,
Right.
but you are also taking precautions yourself.
Yes. Yes, we're taking precautions, and we're vaccinating all our dogs with the flu vaccine.
Well, I really appreciate the fact that you make home visits, and it seems like in this case it's really a benefit to people. Well, Dr. Barb, thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Well, it was good talking to you, Pam. Always a pleasure.